no more panoramic roof. First panel is in. I don't know what to do with the second one yet, but mainly because I can't figure out how it's mounted on there. I think it might just be glued. I don't know. I have to find a schematic. I had one at one point. I know I probably still do. Anyway, it rained last night, and I've got a couple of spots that I need to seal up, and there's a couple places where I made drill holes that I've got to fix my holes, and I don't know, so far I'm okay with it. It looks pretty rough from the outside. I didn't really make like a fancy bracket to mount it to the car. I just drilled straight into it from the top into the frame of the car, or actually the frame of the original panoramic roof, which with the rails gone, the curtain gone, both motors gone, which those are identical, by the way. The curtain motor and the rail system for the car, the motors are identical. So that being said, if you take your curtain to full open, and like say your roof's not working, and you determine that it's the gear that's on the motor, they don't sell those, but you can swap them. So if your curtain's always open, you can take its motor and replace the motor to your panoramic roof with it. That's an idea. I never had a problem with the motor or the chain on either one, but they're both made of plastic. That's fucking smart. Either one of those breaks, you're pretty much screwed. There's no repair parts that I know of that would work to fix either of those. I don't know if the chains are the same length for the curtain and for the panoramic roof, but if the motors are identical, might be able to swap those as well. There was one person, I don't remember his name, I'd give him credit right now, but he and I talked back and forth for a few weeks. He's taken this thing down to parade rest himself and figured out a lot. There's all kinds of things you can do to fix these or keep it working as long as you possibly can. I got fed up with it. I fixed it 3 times. Every single time something either fell out of it or something fell in it and jammed it. But the last time that it jammed, the 2 forwardmost connecting, I'll just call them rods, they go onto the rails. Those 2 they like hopped over this piece that's supposed to stop them, and they went all the way forward. And then basically I pushed open, and it closed, and when I pushed close, it opened, and it made this horrible noise, and I was just over it at that point. I probably could have taken it, well, I did take it all apart and end up finding what jammed it. It was a screw about this big in the driver's side, or excuse me, the passenger side, right where that piece that hopped over something that it's not supposed to hop over, right where it happened. So it probably, it had enough lube in there that it just went right in. Anyway, yeah, I ripped all that crap out. I haven't put it on a scale yet, and I haven't put the new panel on a scale, but the new panel, ballpark estimate, maybe 6-7 pounds, and the old glass was 15 plus. But all the other stuff, the motors are heavy as hell. The rails, those are going to be a few 5 to 6 pounds themselves. So it's neat taking the car through like a mountain turn in Apex with a bank. There's a lot of body roll that's gone, a lot of sway in the vehicle that's just gone. It stays planted a lot more. Makes me extra more jealous that the TRD came out after I bought this car. But any of y'all want to roll with me? Come on, let's go. Anyway, I'll post some pictures and a video when I'm all done, but this will be the final episode on my panoramic journey. I'm over it. I don't ever want to own a vehicle with one of those again. Pieces of shit. Funny, my parents' Hyundai, they have a Santa Fe that has a panoramic roof. It ate itself. It literally destroyed itself going into close. The rail system just caved on itself and broke into a bunch of pieces. I have theirs sealed up right now with some roofing caulk. It's done. I showed them what happened, and I showed them how much the repair cost. Ironically, Hyundai's is like, you can get it replaced for about $4,000. That's $6,000 cheaper than what Toyota's charging right now. And for new owners, originally the first, I don't know, 5 or 6 times I've read this happening to someone, at one point Toyota was only charging people about $5,500–6,000 to do this. Now they charge $10,000, and it's pretty much, this seems to be the standard set rate on it. Somebody must have gone through and made the elbow connected to the knee bone crazy, fucking link every ounce of labor that they can into it in their labor book, because to be honest with you, it's a pain in the ass to do. You have to be meticulous, like to not get anything broken plastic clip wise, to not get grease all over some stuff, to not screw up the headliner. There's a lot that goes into it. If you've done it once or twice, you could probably get the car reduced down to this level in like, if I was going full berserk speed mode and had an Adderall, an hour and 20 minutes. But it's unbelievable. It takes 2 hands to get the whole thing out, for sure, because you got to go out the trunk. If you have a V-brace, like from a TRD, it ain't going out through the trunk, so I don't think my headliner is ever going back in. But anyway, that's enough rambling. Said straight up, if this fucking thing broke again, I was deleting it from the car. Fuck those. Anyway, this is that fuckery. This was number 3. 3rd time it broke. The rails are gone because I ripped them out of the car. But this little thing, that would be why it was jammed up for the 3rd time and no longer working. Fuck. Light as a feather. Not fucking light at all. I have completely ripped out the entire rail system, the front wind guard, the curtain. There was some metal mount pieces inside of the rails that are gone, but I've left all of this for structural rigidity. I hate that word. This back glass panel, I wanted to see how the first attempt turned out before committing to doing it, but this is a sheet of HPDE plastic that was formed to the glass that came out, triple layered in fiberglass, painted, and then epoxy resin poured for the finish. I can't take credit for the epoxy resin. That's all my pops. He's a wizard. This will be used to make like some sort of a mounting bracket that goes underneath, and it will sit exactly where that piece of shit was. Fun. This has been easily 72 hours of work altogether for everything, including wait time and paint time and all that shit. But yeah, no more panoramic roof, and so far weight savings is over 30 pounds. Shit, already. Then we going cruising. I just hope the top don't go flying off. Not finished. Gotta find a way to make or form something that looks like this for right there, but is watertight for now. Getting there. This is just the first prototype.